Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode 57, and today we're returning slightly earlier with two games in the Premier League against Stoke City away and Arsenal at home, due to the fact we've had a takeover at the Den. So before we get into the games, I'll show you what's been going on off camera and who our new chairman is. So of course, in the last episode, you saw our 1-0 victories over Fiorentina, which saw us through to the knockout stage of the Europa League, and our 1-0 victory over West Ham as well in the Premier League in back-to-back wins. I then played 6 games off camera, and the run has been pretty decent. 4 wins from our last 6, with just a couple of slip-ups in the run. Starting with yet another 1-0 victory, this time away in the Premier League against Everton at Goodison Park. Mauri scoring the only goal of the game after a very lucky deflection, fell straight to the Italian, who simply couldn't miss, and we've not lost to Everton in the entire series so far. I know I've jinxed it now, and when we take them on the Den in the second half of the season, we'll definitely lose, but we've not lost to Everton once in the series so far, so that's fantastic. And then after that, another big thumping victory, which extended our run of clean sheets with a 6-0 victory over Dinamo Zagreb at the Den in the 5th and penultimate game of the Europa League group stage. Obviously, at this point, we'd already qualified and in first place as well, but it was still nice to win and keep another clean sheet as well. Benga scored 4 goals in the first half. His hat-trick came within 27 minutes, and Menji got the other 2 for us in a brilliant win, and just showing that I was surprised so much that this Europa League group has been, it's been plain sailing. I thought it was going to be a tough one. It's been plain sailing, and then following that, perhaps one of our best wins of the series, let alone the season. It was a scrape 1-0 victory over Manchester United at the Den on Sunday, where Marek Kuchar scored the only goal of the game, but it's the first time we've beaten Manchester United in the save, and of course, if you watch my whole save, you'll be sitting there thinking, well, they were your rivals, they were your enemies in FM 17. They don't appear to be as strong in this FM, but it was still nice, and good to get our first win there against the Red Devils. But what followed was just 1 win in our last 3 games with no wins in the Premier League, starting with a 1-0 defeat away at Anfield against Liverpool. Ranieri scored an own goal in this game after a bit of a mix-up between him and Petkovic in goal from a corner, as the Reds got the win. Then a 3-0 victory away in Russia against Rostov in the 6th game of the Europa League group stage, where we won by 3-0, and that means that in every single game in our group, and I'll show you the final group standings in a moment, we didn't concede a single goal in the entire games in the group stage. Not a single goal was conceded. Absolutely fantastic. Romain scored our first goal. What a goal it was in the 29th minute, and Temperini and Benka got our other goals in a good 3-0 victory. And our final game of camera was a 1-1 draw at home to Newcastle United. Celso Martinez, a young new-gen / regen striker I've been keeping an eye on, gave the Magpies the lead, and Benjamin Pavard, our big money signing in the summer, scored the equaliser just past the hour mark, his 2nd goal for the Lions. So yeah, a decent run off camera. We have slipped down the table though. We're now sitting in 7th place, as we're currently just 3 points behind Spurs in 4th, but behind both Manchester clubs on goal difference. It's been an okay start to the season, just the two defeats in 15, but I'm hoping we can get our form sorted in the Premier League, because we've not really had an amazing run all throughout the season so far in the league of string wins together. We keep on having little minor slip-ups here and there, which are preventing us really from getting a good pattern that will see us break into the top 4. But as for the Europa League, this is how the group did finish. You'll see the round of 16, round of 32 stage here as well, but I want to show you the group stage instead. Where are we here? There we are, group stage, Group A. This is how the group ended up finished. We were top, 6 wins from 6, 18 goals scored in the 6 as well. You got to love that, averaging 3 goals a game and not a single goal conceded. What a group campaign this was. I did not expect this one bit, but yes, in the round of 32, you would have seen it there. We've been drawn against Marseille in the round of 32. Now that is going to be a very tough tie to get over. The French side in Ligue 1, of course, very good team. Of course, we signed Romain from them in the summer, so that'd be quite interesting. But they've got a very good team, some really good talent there, and that's going to be a very tough tie to get over 2 legs. We are at home in the first leg, but yeah, that's going to be a very tough one. Sorry, away in the first leg. That's going to be a very tough one now, and we'll see how we can get on. But that's basically that for what's been going on off camera in terms of on the pitch results. But as for off the pitch, we have indeed been taken over. We've got a new chairman, we've got a new board of directors as well. This is the email here, the consortium complete the Millwall takeover. So we've had our transfer embargo now lifted lifted, fantastic, right before the January transfer window. And as you can see, our new chairman, now you might know who this is, John Radford. You might know him for his wife, Carolyn, who of course became the CEO of Mansfield Town. This was quite a few years ago now. John Radford, her husband, and she became the CEO. There's not many female board members, not many female members of the board and chairmen in the Football League, but she became one of the very few out of the 92 in the Football League, and she was subject to quite a lot of sexism back in the day due to, the fact she's a woman, she's quite young, her appearance as well. She got quite a lot of sexist remarks, and I was wondering whether she was going to join John, her husband, on our board members list. But she's not there. And I checked at Mansfield, she's not there either. So she must have had a divorce from John, and John's left her, come to London, and she's not stuck in Mansfield because she's not there either. I checked. But anyway, I thought that was quite interesting. And Rav's our new chairman, and as you can see by the email, we did get a bit of a cash injection of £33 million, and the board has subsequently decided to upgrade our training facilities straight afterwards. And I've kept my job, so I'm delighted with that. We say thanks to JB. He would have been here for about 16, 17 years, something like that, in the game. And he's now gone, and Radford is the new man I'll be asking to. I should be answering to. Asking to? Well, I guess asking to for the ball request as well. Anyway, I'm such a nerd. First game is Stoke City away in the Premier League at the Bet365 Stadium, as we aim to get back to winning ways after no wins in our last two in the Premier League. Now, there is one injury to report. I told you I was going to jinx it in the last episode. It's Clinton Webster. Of all the players to go down at a key time in the season, he twisted his ankle. He's out for 2 to 3 weeks, and it will be without Webster for the rest of December and a bit of January as well. We'll stick with the 4-2-3-1 for the game though, because we've been working quite well with this season, and this will be our team. So we've got Pekovic in goal, about for retirement, Maori, Benjamin Pavard and Ranieri. Our midfield duo is Dobby and Koulibaly, with the attacking midfield trio being Louise on the left, Menji on the right, and O'Reilly, our advanced playmaker, and our club captain Marek leads the line. On the bench, Lunin, Jordan, Bree, Porcelot, Umar, Redinaldo and Benker as well. As the first game, it's Stoke. Let's get the win, even without Clinton. Come on, you Lions. Made a bit of a mess of that Carolyn Radford link there, didn't I? But it's quite interesting because I checked on Sort It Out SI, which is a website that I get my face packs from and my logo packs from, for those that ask. And it's a very good site, definitely worth checking out. I've been using it for years, even when I wasn't even doing YouTube. And I checked, and she is actually in the game. She has a profile, but she didn't make the move over to the Den, and she's not a Mansfield either, which I found quite interesting. But either way, a new board and new men to impress. Stoke have gone a goal up, and that's not the way to impress. Diakabi making it 1-0, and already we trail inside the first 10 minutes. And this is a bit of a concern for us right now. I said it whilst I was going through the schedule. We've not really had a run this season in the Premier League where we've strung wins together, like 6 or 7 games. And if we want to be a side on the brink of a top 4 place, we need that. It's a great looping header by Diakabi over Pekovic into the top corner. We're 1-0 down, and we just can't get it sorted right now. In Europe, we were perfect, 100%. No goals conceded, 6 wins from 6. We couldn't have had a better group stage. But domestically, we've actually not had a great first half of the campaign. Okay, it's not been terrible, but we're out of the Carabao Cup. We can't seem to get it sorted on a consistent basis in the Premier League. And I'm starting to wonder whether it's time for a new regular formation. The 4-2-3-1 has been our regular for the past year and a half, possibly going towards 2 years in terms of calendar years. But at the moment, it's just not working for us in England. And as Diakabi hits the bar there with his header, that could have been 2-0. We're just not playing well with it in England. If we do abandon the 4-2-3-1, it won't be permanently. It will just be temporary. It will still be in the slots, the free slots you get. But I think we'll have to go for a new formation. I think we'll have to I think we'll have to create a new tactic. Because the 5-3-2 is good, but at times it's a bit too defensive. And we like our wing play, and you can't really do that as much without natural wingers on the pitch, just 2 wing backs. So I think we might have to change to make a new tactic. The 4-4-2 doesn't work anymore. I've resigned to that fact, even though I don't want to. The 4-4-2 doesn't work anymore. We might have to go with a new tactic. Without our talisman on the pitch for a very crucial few weeks, this is a bit of a concern for us. The tactics aren't working. We're missing Webster. We need someone to step up as Luis fires over the bar. This is looking quite worrying. If we go on a streak with quite a few games without a win, we're going to slip down the table and struggle to get back in the top 7. Quarter of an hour to go. Reluctant to make changes, but I'm going to have to, as we're still trailing by 1. And as Xherdan Shaqiri plays it through, Dobby does intercept. We need a goal. We need an equaliser. Marek onto the loose ball. Surely skipper. Oh, what was that? Straight at Jack Button. I tell you, he's not had a good season, Marek. Only got 4 for the year in the Premier League. I think it's Benker's time now. I think Benker should be our new man up top because Marek just isn't consistent anymore. We've loved Marek ever since we signed him. He helped us get the win, funnily enough, against Stoke in our first ever Premier League game, bagging a brace on his debut, but he just doesn't do it on a consistent basis anymore. He's only got 4 goals in the Premier League in, 16 appearances, something like that. He's not had a great year for us. I think it's time. He may have been made club captain now, but I think it's time that he gets sacrificed a little bit and Benker becomes our new man up top, considering the fact he's got 8 goals in the Europa League in just the group stage alone. And here he is, Julian Benker. Well, maybe not Benker then, as he fires it way wide the post, and it's still 1-0. We've got some quality strikers, man. You know, you think about it, Ronaldo on 75 grand a week, Marek the club captain, Benker as well, but they just aren't very consistent, albeit with Julian being consistent in Europe. Oh, but Marek could have shut me up there but couldn't pull the trigger, and that is going to do it. Worst possible way to start today's episode. No wins in our last 3 Premier League games. Only 1 goal scored in these last 3 as well. We're starting to struggle quite a bit domestically. That is a big, big blow. Ever since the takeover, we started to struggle. Radford took over on the 6th of December, and since then, no wins in our last 3 Premier League games. Just 1 goal scored, and our only win since then came in a meaningless Europa League game away in Russia. It's great to have a little bit more money in the bank balance right now, but John's not focused. He's been divorced by Carolyn and he's not focused, and it's not helping us either. Distractions on the pitch. Only one win in 4, and that was a meaningless game. Nothing's going right at the moment. Something needs to change. I miss JB. I miss John Berylson. We had a good working relationship. You know, I mean, I spent all of his money though, and that's why he decided to clear out. But I miss him. I mean, this new guy, he's got me all bamboozled. I'm not focused anymore. I need JB back. Bit of a stretch though, isn't it? I mean, you can't really blame the takeover for our struggles on the pitch, because I'm still here and we've had more money in the bank balance. So really, things should be easier for me. But instead, I'm just clutching at straws, looking for an excuse that doesn't see me blame my terrible tactics. So moving on to the second and final game of today's episode, as we take on league leaders Arsenal here at the Den, hoping for a bounce back and our first win after 3 games without one in the Premier League. But based on the record, no wins so far in the 7 and just a 1 point picked up in every single time we faced them. I'm not feeling very, very confident. We are switching formation though. We're switching the tactics, going from the 4-2-3-1 to the 5-3-2, because I will take a point in this game just to stop the rot. And a reminder, these are our instructions using the 5-3-2. It is a play out of defence, short passing, retain possession style, just like with the 4-2-3-1, but hopefully the added centre-back and the 2 wing-backs and 1 more man in the centre of midfield will help us be a little bit better defensively. And whilst it may come at a little bit of a lack of service to the forwards, hopefully we'll be okay if we can get the ball forward enough. Although I might actually take off retain possession and go mixed passing, just try and get the ball up there to the top 2. No, we'll leave it for now. So this will be our team for the game then. A few changes in our lineup as well. We've got Petkovic in goal, a back 5 of Louise playing left wing back, who I am training to play there. And I think he definitely could play there with his stats as well. He's being retrained in the left wing back role, and I like him there. I think he could do quite well there, although a little bit of reliability defensively. Right wing back is Bree, and our back 3 is Jordan, Ferencek, and Benjamin Pavard as well. Our midfield trio is Wanyama, the ball in midfielder, Romain, the deep line playmaker, and Dobby, the advanced playmaker. And up top together, you see them, Julian Benker and John Black. I mean, he always scores when he's on the pitch. We need some goals today. Let's see if he becomes good in a massive, massive way. And on the bench, it's Lunin, it's Mauri, it's Ahumada the Dream, Abdul Kadir, Marek the captain, and Ronaldo as well. Second and final game, it's Arsenal. We desperately need to win. Let's go get it. Come on, you Lions. First highlight coming to the Gunners though, not a great start as Kolasinac throws it into Casey Palmer. That's a great through ball to Reece Nelson as well, and Nelson crosses to Iwobi, who heads it down, and the shot, deflects in, and Alexander Isak is going to claim it. The striker, I don't know how much he knew about it, gets in the way of Thomas's shot, and it deflects off him and into the back of the net, and the Gunners go in front 5 minutes in, and we right now are all over the place. Reece Nelson, who always causes me problems in FM, crosses to Iwobi, heads it down well, and as a shot comes in, there is no way Alexander Isak meant that, but he scores. We're 1-0 down. We are just all over the place right now. Worst run in quite some time. 4-2-3-1 isn't working domestically. 5-3-2, haven't had much experience of it this season, but that doesn't appear to be the way forward either. I think it's time. I think it's time for a new tactic. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to switch to, and I dread these scenarios because I'm just so bad at coming up with new systems to play. But I think it's time. I think we need to do something different, and in my mind I'm thinking it was a 3-5-2 we used with Hull in my last FM save, which was really, really good for us. Might possibly switch to that. But I don't think the 5-3-2 is going to work long term, especially not when going forward. Oh my goodness, no, scrap it. That's it now, that's it. We've got to come up with a new system. Nothing's working. Another goal for the Gunners, Reece Nelson, who just causes me so many problems in FM with a wonderful cross to the near post, and it's a great header by Montez. Not entirely sure where Petkovic was going there, caught in no man's land, and left his goal unguarded for a simple header. So 2-0 down. I thought we'd be better defensively playing the 5 at the back, but it's not working. Yeah, it's time for a change. Something new needs to happen now. Highlight for the Lions though, just before the break. If we can get a goal back here in half the deficit, we give ourselves a chance heading into the second 45 as Luis down left hand side picks it up and away goes our Brazilian. The pass is poor, but he gets it straight back from a poor header. Keeps on going, cross to the far post. Benker's arriving, but heads it over the bar. First proper chance we've had, couldn't hit the target. Well, we're obviously not going to win a possession battle, so at the break I'm going to assertively say to the boys, show me something else in the second half. Everyone's fired up and motivated, and what I'm going to do with the tactics here is take off what I thought I thought I was going to do. I didn't do, and I should have done at before the game. That's take over the play out of defence, take off retained possession, mix our pass. Let's go more direct in our passing. Let's stop working the ball into the box. And let's see if we can possibly just pump it forward a little bit more, go a bit more direct, and try and get our chances quicker than normal. So no changes to personnel, but a change to our tactics, and let's see if this works out or let's see if it backfires. Most likely the latter. And the first highlight of the second half is going to come to the Gunners as Luis makes a tackle and gets it clear. But this is what we want to see here. Just get the ball forward quickly and try and create chances, not being too neat and tidy. John Black down left-hand side, back towards our new left wing-back Luis. Great cross, and Benker is there, and he's turned it in. No assist for Luis despite the cross, and Julian Benker half the deficit 2 minutes after the restart. Right decision to start him, and that's why I like Luis in the left wing-back role and why I've been training him there, because he's got the stats when going forward to be a bit of a threat. Not entirely sure why he doesn't get credit with the assist there. There might have been a deflection or something, but Luis crosses, no deflection there. I don't know what happened there. Was it an own goal? Well, Benker's going to claim it anyway. Maybe Montez got a touch and it hit Benker. I'm not entirely sure. But Benker claims the goal and it's 2-1. So perfect start to the second half then. 2 minutes after the restart. Half in deficit. Let's not throw it away straight away. Casey Palmer down the right-hand side. Goes for goal. Way off target. Right, come on now. We've got a bit between our teeth. Let's find the equaliser. Throw for the Lions. Luis to take it. Finds Romain. And he'll give it to Victor Wanyama. The Kenyan on the ball. Gives it to Dobby. The Romanian back to Wanyama. And Wanyama to Romain. Inside to Benker. Just couldn't slide it through. Good clearance there. But now we're putting our foot on the gas and looking for that equalising goal. And looking to keep applying the pressure. Great ball by Dobby. Out wide towards James Bree. Crosses. And there is John Black. He always scores. Why don't I play this guy more often? He's one of the main reasons we got into the Premier League. And he just doesn't stop finding the back of the net. Romain to Dobby. It was a wicked ball out wide towards James Bree. And his cross was even better. Great balls to the far post. Black peels off his man. He's a goal scorer. I'm changing his name to John Goal Scorer Black or John Reliable Black because he never lets us down. Corner for Arsenal though, and oh, they're back in front soon after our equaliser, and it's Alexandre Lacazette with a goal as the Gunners restore their lead. We did well to battle back from 2 goals down, but defensively we've just not been on it of late. It's a great cross by Nelson to the centre. Iwobi flicks on and Lacazette at the far post heads it home and simply could not miss. 3-2. Now can we get back on level terms again? Come on. I'm going to make one more change here and really go for it. May as well concede a 4th goal by chasing a 3rd. I'm going to have Marek playing as a shadow striker, supporting Black and Benker. Look at how top heavy we are now. And since we're going more direct anyway, I don't think pushing a CM up to AM is going to hurt us too much. As Luis goes for goal from a mile out, but it's tipped over the bar by the goalkeeper. Still 3-2, 7 minutes to go. Are we going to have back-to-back defeats, or can we find another equaliser? Benjamin puts it over. Come on. We've gone all out now. 5 minutes of added time as Ready now has come on for Victor Wanyama, but I don't think we're going to have enough to find an equaliser as Benker has his header easily caught by the goalkeeper, and I think that he's going to do it. Oh, we're just waiting for the final whistle to come any second now. And it should come as soon as Bellerin throws it back into play. And he doesn't get the chance to because the referee blows full time. And that is that. Another defeat for Millwall. We're still yet to taste victory against Arsenal in this series so far. We did well to battle back from 2 goals down. So I'll say we were the underdogs out there and you gave your best. Good effort, lads. We did okay to get back into the game and get back on level terms. But it just wasn't to be. Arsenal remain top of the tree. But as for the Lions, we continue to struggle. And our race for European qualification for a second straight season is taking a big battering here in December because we right now are on a very, very poor run of form. 3 losses in our last 4 in the Premier League and no wins in our last 4 either. We've got to pick it up as we head into January. So that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So big thank you for watching and hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated, and you'll help channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic evening. Enjoy the other semi-final of the World Cup tonight with England taking on Croatia. And I'll see you for the next episode of my Football Manager series featuring games against oh, how about that? Nice little double-header there against Crystal Palace and Chelsea, both away in the Premier League. So come back for those 2 games, and I'll see you for the episode very soon. Bye.